All right, let's welcome in our panelists for the hour. We're joined by Director of Membership Development for the Project 21 Black Leadership Network, political analyst Donna Jackson. Also with us, the former Wisconsin Governor, Scott Walker, alongside prosecutor and Newsmax columnist Wendy Patrick. Panelists, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. Donna, I'd like to start with you. Just your top line thoughts as we listen to the sheriff there and the challenges his own county is facing.
You know, in this country, we need to enforce, the Biden administration needs to enforce the laws on our books. If you're saying that people coming across the border can break the laws, why wouldn't you think that members of America and criminals here would also break the law? The uptick in violence that we're seeing is because we've said we're a country with no enforceable laws. And so, you know, it's a shame what they're going through, but this is what the Biden administration wants.
It's record-setting, the number of encounters that we've seen. The number has increased for the month of May. Of course, we'll be waiting to receive the June numbers as well. But Governor Walker, let me ask you about this plan to declare a state of emergency in those 3 Texas counties. What does that tell you about where the situation really stands and what sort of assistance they might need?
Well, I think it's an emergency not only across Texas, but across all the border states. You look at Arizona, the problems there, New Mexico, California. Those other 2 states don't have the governors drawing attention like you have with Governor Abbott and Governor Ducey. But under Joe Biden, we have a series of crises in this nation. We have inflation and gas prices driving our economic crisis. But at our southern border and, in effect, across our nation, we have a crisis when it comes to national security. Just give you a good example. Last month, the Colorado State Patrol pulled over and found enough fentanyl inside of a vehicle to kill 25 million Americans. This is a crisis that doesn't just affect those border states. It is increasing a crisis across America. And Joe Biden's not only not doing anything about it, what he is doing is making it worse. It's got to change. You
mentioned the drug smuggling. Wendy, when we were talking to Sheriff Coe, he had a firsthand encounter with the human smuggling, quite frankly, when those migrants crashed, and then he brought them right back to the border here. I mean, this is a life or death situation for at least some of these migrants who choose to make this journey illegally.
That's right, Emma. And it's such a great point, because if they do make this journey legally or illegally, we have to protect them from predators. And predators, we see human trafficking cases. We see other cases where they're just preying on the vulnerability of some of these people that have come across the border. And Sheriff Coe, God bless him. So here he is. He describes the scenario as being faced with rules, red tape, and limited resources. And so then just taking it into his own hands as to what am I going to do with these people? Medical clearance was the procedure, but they didn't ask for medical assistance, didn't want medical assistance. So what did that leave him with? And so it's just one of those scenarios where you actually do see law enforcement doing what they can to mitigate an untenable circumstance.
Yeah, at a time when Border Patrol agents are reportedly overwhelmed with the number of crossings. You've got these local sheriffs really taking action into their own hands. I was curious when, of course, the vice president had been sort of tapped to assist in what's going on at our southern border. She had released a statement looking into the root causes. Do we remember this? The root causes of migration that we've seen. That was July 29th, 2021, almost a year ago, Donna. And here we are today. We're still trying to find a solution to this trouble.
The root cause is this administration is inviting people to break the law and come into our country illegally. Joe Biden and this administration has done nothing to discourage it. In fact, it's been the opposite. They've attacked every governor that's tried to protect the citizens on their border. And so we have the cause of it is this administration encouraging this kind of lawlessness, and it needs to stop.
They were quick to criticize those Border Patrol agents on horseback as well. I think we all recall that under the bridge incident in Texas. Panelists, if you could stay with us, still a lot more to get to this hour of National Report.